Welcome to the This Mum Loves Tech podcast, the go-to show for female business owners who want to simplify tech and get the support they need to grow their online businesses with confidence. I'm Nicola Walsh, your podcast host. I'm also a mum to two cheeky boys and I love tech, so you don't have to. I'm here to share actionable tips, tools and strategies that will help you streamline your business and make the tech work for you. So whether you're watching after the kids have gone to bed or listening while on the school run, let's dive into today's episode and make tech that little bit easier. Hello and welcome to another episode of This Mum Loves Tech. Now I'm going solo today because I've got a lot to talk to you about, and that's because there's been a lot of change in the email marketing world recently. Maybe you've logged into your own email marketing platform over the last few weeks and you may have noticed new features, that you may have got emails to say about price increases. So I thought it was a great opportunity to come and talk to you about some of those updates, specifically as well what's been happening with MailerLite, which is the email marketing platform that I use, and to help you kind of just make your decision of what to do next. So if you're not aware of these changes, basically over the last month, so we're talking about September 2025, lots of the email marketing platforms have changed their pricing, their plans and their pricing. And that has led to a lot of people posting about whether they should make the switch, what's the best platform to use now, are different platforms still worth using? And I do understand why there's been so much confusion and panic over it all, because when you rely on these tech tools and they make big changes that you weren't expecting, you kind of feel like you need to do something, but sometimes you actually don't. And there really is a few things that you want to consider before you kind of make any sudden changes or switch to platforms. So if you have found that your current email marketing platform has gone up dramatically in price, or they've taken away some of the features that were included in your plan and you need to upgrade to be able to do some of the things you're able to do before, there's really two things you need to think about before you make the switch. And as with most things, it is about time and money. Because yes, while you may save some money by making the switch to a cheaper platform, are you going to actually then spend the time having to get everything set up again or pay someone else to set it up for you? Because when you switch email marketing platforms, although you can move your subscribers across, what you can't move over and what you need to redo is rebuild all your sign up forms and landing pages, recreate any automations and email templates that you've got, and you've got to learn a brand new system. Things won't be in the same place they were on the other system. And so the time, the hours that it might take for you to make that move could end up costing you more than the increased platform fee. And that's why I really want to get you to think about what else is the switch going to give you. So switching platforms should always be more about than just saving the money. It should actually give you more features, more flexibility, more ways of doing things with your email marketing. So let me give you an example. So MailChimp changed its free plan. It was a while back now. We're not talking about the September changes. This is quite a while back now. And they cut their free plan that you could only have one-step automation. So you can have a sign-up form, you can have the email that it delivers, but that's it. That's all you can do on the free plan. So that means when someone signs up, they can get one email from you. However, if you compare that to MailerLite's free plan, you can build multi-step automations, which means you can send a whole series of emails to people when they sign up for something on the free version. So that kind of feels like a obvious change, because you can get so much more while still being on the free plan. So yeah, it's really important to think about, it's not worth switching to something that's going to give you less, even if it does save you the money, because platforms can change their prices at any time. Obviously, we've seen it this last month. So make sure that you're not just saving money, you're getting something else for it in return for the effort that it is going to take you to move. So I hope that clears that up a little bit and has got you kind of thinking about whether you do in fact need to move email marketing platforms or not. Now, as you know, MailerLite, if you've listened to the podcast before, MailerLite is my email marketing platform of choice because it's really simple to use. And although they have changed their free plan, it is still a great free plan. So the biggest update that they've made last month, it happened on the 23rd of September 2025, is they have halved the size of the number of subscribers that you can have on your free plan. So it was 1,000 and now it's gone down to 500. So this is a shame. Obviously, having 1,000 just put MailerLite above everybody else, and kind of going down to 500 has put them in a line with a lot of other ones. But what the great thing is they haven't cut back any of the free features. So I still do 100% recommend MailerLite for anyone who is just getting started with email marketing, because even if you are starting, you're starting from zero, 500 subscribers is still a lot of people. And that means that you can build up your email list using the free plan, understand how email marketing works, understand what an automation is, what a sign up form is, what a welcome sequence is. Get your head around this email marketing terminology without it costing you anything, because you can set up so many features on the free plan of MailerLite. They give you unlimited sign up forms. So you can, if you create a lead magnet and it doesn't work, you can do another one. You can have unlimited subscriber groups. If you want to test different things out, you can do all that still on the free plan. We spoke about having multiple step automations. You can actually have 100 steps in your automation if you really need to. You can have 10 landing pages for free. And then one of the things that they have added, one of their new features, is they're now doing products, which I'll talk a bit more about in a minute. So basically, they've still kept the free plan at the moment as of recording this, with all of those features. So there's still a lot you can do, and it's still a great way of trying email marketing, seeing if the thing that you're using to get people on your subscriber list is going to work without having that monthly payment. And kind of really where my advice is changing from what I was talking about before is then as you get to that 500 subscriber limit, it's then asking yourself, is MailerLite still the right platform? Or would you be better off moving on to something else? Which, again, I'm going to talk about a bit further on in this episode. But I'm still going to say, if you are new to email marketing, you are new to getting started, MailerLite is still a great choice. And 500 subscribers is still a lot of people. So one of the new features that I did mention was products. So now you can sell a digital product through MailerLite directly. So that could be something like a paid masterclass, a ebook, a mini course, something like that. And what they have done is you connect your MailerLite account to Stripe, and then you can create a checkout in MailerLite that will take the payment, that you can add discount codes to, you can add people to certain subscriber groups once they buy, that can set off automation. So before, on the free plan, to make Stripe and MailerLite talk to each other, you would have needed to use something like Zapier to get the two of them to connect. Whereas now with this new product feature, you can do it all within MailerLite. And if you are on the free plan, you can sell one product, which is great for you to test something. So if there's something that you would like to offer people and you want to just check if people are going to buy it first, if it's something that people want, this is a great way, again, of testing it out for free, because it's available on the free plan. The only thing you would then, in terms of a payment, really would be the transaction fee in Stripe. So if you sell it, you pay Stripe a transaction fee, but that's the only fee that's related. So if you don't sell it, you don't pay anything, which I think is a really great way of kind of experimenting with a different offer, with a paid service, especially if you've not done anything like that before, if you've not set up anything digitally. I think that's a brilliant new feature. And the fact that it now you can then set up all those automations and you can add people to those subscriber groups, just takes away another step that you would have to then do otherwise. So the other big update that MailerLite has done is they've kind of redesigned the automations area. So I really like this update. I think it's now much clearer to see when your automations are active. You can tell when something is paused, and it makes it really clear that you have to pause an automation before you can edit it. And then it makes it really clear that it's not active, because I had a lot of clients that were saying, oh, this isn't working, people aren't getting my freebie. And then we look at the automations and they'd actually hadn't turned it back on, because it was just a little toggle switch. They hadn't realized that it wasn't green anymore, whereas now it's a great big grey pause button or green active button, which I think is a lot more clearer. And they've also changed how you add the steps too. So before, if you were using the automation feature, you would click the little plus in the bottom and a little pop-up menu would come up. Whereas now it kind of goes onto the left-hand side. There's a lot more options of things you can do. It's a lot more easier to move things around. Like before, once you put things in a certain order, you were kind of stuck with it. Now there's a lot more flexibility of moving things around and really getting the automation the way that you want it. So really, apart from halving that free subscriber limit, they're really positive updates that MailerLite have made and make it really powerful and easy to use. The only slightly annoying thing for me now is I've now got to go and redo all my videos for my Ignite Your Email List course, but that is what happens when you work with tech. It's always changing, and staying up to date is just part of the business. So then we come to that question again of should you stay or should you switch? So if you're not on MailerLite and you've seen your email marketing platform prices go up, my advice would be before you completely jump ship, do think about how much time it will take to switch versus how much money you're actually going to save. And if you do decide to move, make sure it is for the right reasons. If a newer platform has better automation features, stronger reporting, or tools that can do other things, then it's definitely worth the switch. But if you're just moving to save yourself a few pounds each month, like, do just remember that each platform can increase their prices, and you might find yourself in the same position again in 6 months' time. If you have reached, like maybe in the case of MailerLite, they've dropped their subscriber limit down to 500 from 1,000. Now's a good time to think about cleaning up your list as well. So if you've got people who haven't opened your emails for 6 months or more, then now could be a good time to remove them, because if they're not opening your emails, then they're not going to be buying anything from you. So there's no point having them there and paying for them if they're not going to actually help grow your business. No one cares really how many subscribers you've got. It's a vanity thing. If you can say no, people can have thousands of people on their email list but not making any sales because they're not their ideal clients. Whereas you can have a really small email list with only a couple of hundred people on but can make sales every time you put out an offer. It's important that you have the right people on there. So if you've hit that limit and you're thinking I want to get, I want to lower this amount, then have a look at clearing out the people that have been on your email list and not opened your emails. You can do a thing that's called like a win back campaign in MailerLite. So you can set it up where you set a series of emails to them, and if they haven't opened an email within so many emails, it automatically unsubscribes them. So that's again a way that you can use the automations to help you with that as well. Now, one of the things that I've been asked a lot lately, and I've been also exploring myself, is what's better, a dedicated email marketing platform like MailerLite or an all-in-one system? So the difference between the two is a dedicated email platform are designed for one main job, which is email marketing. So they could have multiple features. So they can do things like landing pages. You can maybe have a basic website on there. It includes things like your automations and your sign-up forms, but it's all focused around emails. Like sending an email at the end of the day is what comes out of all of that. And that does mean that normally the dashboard, like the home area, is really clean and simple to navigate because there's only a few choices of what things that you can do. Like MailerLite, for example, just has 7 main options that are on the left-hand side. So you can easily find what it is that you're looking for. An all-in-one system, however, it does what it says on the tin, really, is it includes everything. They can have your email marketing, your online checkouts, your online booking systems. It can host courses and memberships and websites, and even automate your DMs, and all. It can do lots of different things to do with the digital side of your business, which is amazing. And it really can be amazing what these platforms can do, but it also is a lot to take in because it's all in one place and it's all on one system. It's great because you just have one login to access the system that can do all of these things. And it is really amazing what these all-in-one systems can do. But I've logged into one myself, and there are so many options because there is so much that you can do. So then working out how to send an email and set up an automation takes more effort. You need to get familiar with the system a lot more than say something like MailerLite where there's just those few options. So one of the all-in-one systems that I've been exploring lately is called Funnel Sketch, and it's really impressive what it can do, and it's affordable. But you do have to pay monthly from day one. So my advice would be to ask yourself 2 questions. What is your budget and tech ability level right now? And what are your plans for the future? So if tech is something that really overwhelms you and you just want a basic system that can get people onto an email list, then I would stick with something like MailerLite. Keep your costs down while you get your head around how it works, and work on growing those subscribers to that 500. And then your understanding of how email marketing works will be a lot more. You'll have 500 subscribers, so you should be making sales through your emails by that point. And once your emails are starting to make sales, the income from what you're selling can then cover the cost of upgrading or moving to an all-in-one system, if that is your logical next step. Now, some people, they don't need courses and memberships and all that kind of stuff. So then just an email marketing platform is great for them. Why complicate things if you don't need to? But on the other hand, if you already have things like courses and memberships in your business plan, and that that it's something you want to do and it's something you can afford to invest in, then it makes more sense to start there rather than have to move things later. You can get started with the system straight away, and then you haven't got to make changes further down the line. My only thing with all-in-one systems is to remember that it is all-in-one system. So if that system goes down, then everything that's connected to it goes down. Whereas if you use separate tools and one of them goes down, other areas of your business will still be up and running. And with tech, it's not a question of if it goes down, it's a question of when. So that's just something else to consider. What would happen if that system went down and it had everything on it? Whereas if, say, your online booking system went down, but you still had your emails, you could then still get in contact with people and let them know. So it's just things like that to think about. I am going to do a lot more over the next 6 months on the all-in-one systems to really kind of get my head around how they work and what they can offer, because they are, especially something like funnel sketches, which I think is about £14 plus VAT a month. So it's not a huge expense and it does so much. Yeah, to really get my head around as well how those systems can best support you. But I do know that all-in-one systems can be overwhelming for some people. I've been working with a client recently, and she had been trying to set up her first lead magnet in the all-in-one system and just hadn't got anywhere with it. So she decided to move to MailerLite. She did my Ignite Your Email List course and got everything up and running. She started emailing people, started making sales through her emails. And now she's actually gone back to that all-in-one platform because it no longer seems scary, because she understands what the fundamentals of email marketing are. She understands a bit more of the terminology. She's seen how an automation goes together because she put it in MailerLite. So she's been able to now feel more confident going into that platform that can now do so much more for her business. And that's really how I think everyone should be approaching their tech, is to start simple, learn the basics, build your confidence with the tech, and then you can always upgrade when you're ready to. And there's so many amazing platforms out there that can do so much for you, but you also don't want them to overwhelm you that you don't get started at all. And then one thing I just do want to leave with the all-in-one systems is you will still need on the side some sort of professional email address. If you've listened to the podcast before, I recommend Google Workspace. And yeah, that is something that you won't manage your inbox inside of the all-in-one platforms. It manages the other areas of your business. But if you want to just literally send someone an email, you're going to need a email inbox for that. And so Google Workspace is a great place to use that. And then personally, I wouldn't host my website on an all-in-one platform unless they can offer self-hosted, so that they just host it, but you put something like WordPress onto it. So again, you've not got all your eggs in one basket, so that if the prices do change in the future, or when the prices do change in the future, because it's just inevitable, the prices will change, you've got that flexibility to move things around without having to start from scratch. Because with self-hosted WordPress websites, you can back them up to anywhere. So I have mine backed up on my Google Drive. So I know that if at any point I need to switch hosting providers and move my website, it will look exactly the same wherever I put it somewhere else. So they would just be 2 things that I would consider even if I went down the all-in-one system route of keeping separate. And that's the thing to remember as well, is tech is always changing. There's always new things coming out. We don't always have to go for these new things if it's not the right choice for us and our business. The whole point of using tech is to make it work for you and to be a tool to help you deliver your business, whatever it is. It shouldn't be the thing that's holding you back. So you need to find out the best system and the best options for you. So I hope this episode has helped you kind of understand a bit more about what the changes are happening, the specific changes that MailerLite have brought in, and helping you decide what option, like whether switching or whether staying where you are is the best choice, and what platform could be a best choice for you. So if you've enjoyed this episode and it's inspired you to get your email marketing started, but you would like some support with that without the overwhelm, then I would love for you to come to my free email list lift-off challenge. It starts on Monday, the 20th of October, and over 3 days, I'm going to guide you through how to start your email list and get the foundations in place in the right way. So if you've been feeling like you should build an email list, but the tech just feels too much, then this is the challenge for you. You're going to learn how to set up the foundations from the start, understand how email marketing actually fits into your business, and feel confident about starting your email list. I'm going to be going live each morning at 10 a.m. on the days of the challenge to guide you step by step through a task. Yes, there will be homework to do, but there will also be prizes for completing that homework. And my real aim of it is to really get you to get that email list going, making sales through your emails, and not having to Google how to do this or watching YouTube tutorial after YouTube tutorial, guessing what to do next. So if you are interested in joining the challenge, you can sign up for free at thismumlovestech.co.uk/challenge. And I will also put the link in the show notes below. And I really can't wait to help you lift off your email list and start building an audience that's off of social media, one that you own, and that you can start making sales through your emails. So if you've loved this episode, make sure you hit follow wherever you're listening or watching. And if you do come and join the challenge, please come and let me know that you have joined from the podcast. And if you have got any questions about this episode or anything else that I've spoken about, then please do also come into the This Mum Loves Tech community on Facebook. Again, I'll put the link in the show notes. Yeah, I just really want to help you get your email list up and running. It's a way of protecting your business outside of social media and making sales while you sleep. Your email list can run 24/7, even when you're not. And I want to make sure as many people take advantage of that as possible. So yeah, I really hope to see you in the challenge. And I also hope to see you on the next episode of This Mum Loves Tech.